The railroad journey was very long and slow. The traveling salesman was rather short and quick, and the young electrician who lolled across the car aisle was neither one length nor another, but most inordinately flexible, like a suit of chain armor. More than being short and quick, the traveling salesman was distinctly fat and unmistakably dressy in an ostentatiously new and pure-looking buff-colored suit. Across the top of the shiny black sample case that spanned his knees, he sorted and resorted with infinite earnestness a large and varied consignment of ladies' pink and blue-ribbed undervests. Surely no other man in the whole southward-bound Canadian train could have been at once so ingenuous and so nonchalant. There was nothing dressy, however, about the young electrician. From his huge cowhide boots to the lid smooch that ran from his rough, square chin to the very edge of his astonishingly blond curls, he was one delicious mess of toil and old clothes and smiling, blue-eyed indifference. And every time that he shrugged his shoulders or crossed his knees, he jingled and jangled incongruously among his coil boxes and insulators, like some splendid young Viking of old, half blacked up for a modern minstrel show. More than being absurdly blond and absurdly messy, the young electrician had one of those extraordinarily sweet, extraordinarily vital, strangely mysterious, utterly unexplainable masculine faces that fill your senses with an odd impersonal disquietude and itching unrest, like the hazy teasing reminder of some previous existence in a prehistoric cave. Or, more tormenting still, with the tingling psychic prophecy of some amazing emotional experience yet to come. The sort of face, in fact, that almost inevitably flares up into a woman's startled vision at the one crucial moment in her life when she is not supposed to be considering alien features. This is the opening of a story called The Indiscreet Letter from the book The Business of Life by Robert W. Chambers, published in 1913. What a way to set a scene, right? The contrast between these two men is so vivid. You have the fussy, slightly comical salesman, so focused on his ladies' undervests, and then there's this young electrician. The narrator, and by extension, the author spends so much time describing him, not just what he looks like, but the feeling he evokes. He's not just a handsome guy on a train. He's described as a force of nature, a splendid young Viking. The language used is so charged, so intense. Delicious mess of toil, astonishingly blonde curls, smiling, blue-eyed indifference. The description paints a picture of raw, unrefined masculinity that is both captivating and a little bit dangerous. It's a very romanticized view of a working-class man, seen through the eyes of someone clearly intrigued by him. The author is doing something very clever here. He's not just telling us what the characters look like. He's telling us how they make our narrator feel. Think about that final paragraph. The description of his face isn't just about his features. It's about the psychic prophecy of some amazing emotional experience yet to come. It's a face that promises adventure, that hints at a destiny about to unfold. This is pure foreshadowing. The narrator is telling us straight up that this man is going to be significant. He's the crucial moment, and the way it's phrased, when she is not supposed to be considering alien features, adds a layer of forbidden attraction, of a life about to be disrupted. This kind of descriptive writing was a hallmark of early 20th century popular fiction. It's dramatic, it's emotional, and it sets the stage for romance and conflict. The author isn't just setting up a story. He's creating an entire mood. The slow, long train journey becomes a metaphor for the anticipation, the slow burn of what's about to happen. The train car is a contained world where these different lives are about to intersect. Let's break down the characters we've met. The traveling salesman is almost a caricature. He's defined by his job and his slightly ridiculous appearance. He's earnest but also a bit absurd with his ladies' pink and blue-ribbed undervests. He represents the mundane, the commercial, the ordinary world. He's a harmless, almost forgettable figure who serves as a perfect foil to the electrician. Then the young electrician. He's the opposite in every way. He's not defined by a product he sells, but by his physical presence and the tools of his trade, the coil boxes and insulators that jingle when he moves. He's a modern man, an electrician, a symbol of progress and power. Yet, he's described in ancient terms, a Viking. This mix of the modern and the mythic makes him incredibly compelling. He represents the unknown, the untamed, the promise of something new and exciting. He's not selling pre-packaged goods. He embodies raw potential. And finally, our unseen narrator. We don't know who she is yet, but we know a lot about her inner world just from how she sees these two men. Her focus is almost entirely on the electrician. Her observations are deeply personal and full of longing and premonition. She is clearly someone whose life is poised for a change. Someone who is ready for that amazing emotional experience. Story is called The Indiscreet Letter, so we can already guess that secrets and revelations are on the way. This opening passage is the spark, the moment of ignition. The language itself is worth appreciating. It's so rich and evocative. Words like inordinately flexible, ostentatiously new, delicious mess, incongruously. This isn't just plain prose. It's designed to be savored. It paints a picture that is almost cinematic. You can feel the slow rumble of the train, see the light catching the salesman's shiny new suit, and almost smell the lead smooch on the electrician's chin. It's a masterclass in character introduction and atmosphere building. In just a few hundred words, Chambers has established a clear dynamic, introduced a central conflict of attraction, and promised the reader a story filled with emotion and destiny. The entire scene is vibrating with unspoken tension. The salesman is sorting his vests, the electrician is lounging indifferently, and our narrator is watching, her mind racing with prophecies and premonitions. The journey has just begun, both literally on the train and figuratively in the lives of these characters. This kind of writing invites you to slow down and really inhabit the scene. It's a reminder of a time when stories took their time to unfold, building character and mood layer by layer. It makes you wonder, what will happen next on this long, slow journey? Who is this woman watching him? And what will be in that indiscreet letter that gives the story its name? It's a perfectly crafted hook, pulling you into a world of romance, mystery, and destiny, all set in motion on a southward-bound Canadian train. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive into the opening of The Indiscreet Letter. I love exploring how classic literature uses language to create such powerful first impressions. If you enjoyed this, please let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more literary explorations. See you next time.